On Saturday morning, we packed up, set off from Southport, made our way without any problems to Anglesey. We arrived at around about 4:30, just in time for me to have a very quick swim. So I enjoyed that. And then we came back and basically unpacked and had some tea. But we did find out that Michael had left the spag bowl in the house in Southport. So we on the way in, we shopped at Lidl's in Holyhead and made some provisions for the next few days. Sunday morning, we drove up to the local headland where I did a sketch and Michael took some photographs. So did Andrea, because it was a lovely windy, breezy day. We then returned to the chalet for lunch. After lunch, because we were planning to go out, I then couldn't find my phone. So I said, never mind, on my iPad I've got Find My. So I activated Find My. It did say that my phone was somewhere within the vicinity of the chalet, but could we find it? We ended up spending the whole afternoon looking for said phone. We ransacked the car, we took everything out of all the drawers in the chalet, we moved the food, we did everything 2 or 3 times over, but we couldn't find it. So feeling a bit despondent, in the evening, Andrea and I went up to the bar on the chalet complex for a couple of drinks and then went to bed. On Monday morning, I was just about to text David to find out if I could permanently lock my phone so no one else could use it. When Michael came in and said, do you want the bad news or the good news? I said, what's the bad news? And he said, the bad news is I dropped an egg and a cup, which I smashed on the kitchen floor. He said, the good news is that I got on my hands and knees to wipe it up and I found your phone underneath the washing machine. What an amazing find. If he hadn't broken it, we would never have found that. And that phone, which was right out of sight, would have been there for years until they needed a new washing machine, I'm sure. So we were quite happy then. And we decided to spend the rest of the day going to Kemlyn Bay, packed up lunch, had a lovely lunch overlooking the sunny bay at Kemlyn. And then we drove to the Paris mountain, or the copper mines, and Michael went for a long walk, Andrea had a short walk, and I did some sketching. We then returned to Holyhead, the front Holyhead, and I did another sketch. We came back, and after tea it was quiz night, so Andrea and I went off to the bar to have a go at the quiz, and we didn't come bottom, but no saying where we did come. Tuesday was a nice easy day. I went swimming in the morning, and then in the afternoon, after lunch in the chalet, we went to the local charity shop and then to the large Tesco superstore for a stock up. And then in the evening, we didn't do a lot. I think we just took it easy and watched some films. Wednesday. In the morning, I went to the swimming baths and there was nobody else in the pool. In fact, there'd been nobody swimming except me all week. So I put on my new frog fleet and had some great fun trying out the frog feet in the swimming pool. And actually I could swim a lot faster with the frog feet. But so far I haven't been able to try them out in the sea. It's been too choppy. Came back, we had some lunch in the chalet, and then drove to the arts centre that's in the centre of Holyhead. There was an exhibition by a farmer's wife. She'd done some oil paintings of her farm, some nice pictures of chickens, and her son had taken beautiful photographs of sheep and cows on the farm, beautifully lit. We had a drink there, a cup of tea, and then afterwards we had very large ice creams in Triada Bay. That was Andrea and I. So back to the chalet for a recovery, some tea, and then at 8 o'clock Andrea and I made our way up to the clubhouse on the site because it was bingo night. And actually Andrea won a line, so she won, I think it was £25, which paid for our drinks for the night, so that was quite good fun. This morning, Thursday, it was quite windy but a lovely sunny day, so I decided to get dressed up in my wetsuit and try out the board, and it was a bit of a struggle getting into everything, but we drove along to the big sandy bay and saw that the waves were crashing in onto the beach. So I managed to have about 10-15 minutes playing in the surf. It was nearly high tide, but just on the turn, and after a few minutes I could feel that the tide had turned, and it was quite a struggle standing up in the waves when I'd been crashed onto the shore because of the pullback of the water. When we'd finished, we came back to the chalet for me to have a shower and dry off and dry all my wetsuit and outfits. And then we had our lunch in the chalet and decided to set off for the windmill, the working windmill in the centre of Anglesey. We went via Valley and stopped off for some provisions, and then made our way to the windmill. When we got there, we found that everything was shut, although it did say it was open on the website, so that was a bit disappointing. But we stopped to take a few photographs and then drove back to Holyhead, where we parked up near the breakwater and tried one of these little coffee shops that's on the front that's only just opened up this year. So we had coffee. Andrea and I had buns. Andrea had a bun with I think it was caramel in it, and I had a blueberry bun and cappuccino. We then drove back, parked up at Triada Bay for 10 minutes as there was plenty of parking. Realised why there was plenty of parking, because there were some very ominous clouds coming over with the promise of a big downpour. I'm now sat in the car while the others have gone inside, but so far there's been a few spots of rain, but no downpour. I think we'll probably be spending the rest of the evening watching some telly, reading books, and doing some sketching.